Should tell us. It should tell us. I think it's recording.
Go for it.
Oh, there it goes. It started recording. All right, cool. Welcome back to Shooting the Shit with Chris. We got Adrian. He's back, and we have our new guest, PJ, his brother, and we just all happen to be the three Jay Z's. I guess you can call us because we all have Jay Z powered cars. Uh, PJ, how about you start off telling us about your car, your setup?
My setup. I got a one JZ just like you. Single turb ski.
Just like you.
We pretty much got the same setup going right now.
Like what's in it? What Warner S366 tile wastegate. He has a front mount which you don't have yet.
What?
It did come up. It arrived yesterday.
Okay.
Wait, what'd you get?
A front mount intercooler.
Oh, from the. Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
Yeah, he's on the side mount right now.
So wait, what's different from his and mine right now?
Your front mount. He has the side mount.
Side. Oh, okay.
OEM, son.
Oh, okay.
Factory fresh,
does
straight from '95.
It does.
Oh, so PG got the old car in here.
Wait. I got the old.
You got the 94. Me and Chris got 95s.
Okay. So I ain't got those nice tail lights. I got the. I switched those out. Forget that.
So, anyway, since PJ didn't tell you guys the setup, I basically know it because it's the same. Mine's the same thing. One JZ, stock long block, no name manifold, which works perfectly fine. Tile wastegate, Borg Warner S366, divided 91 back housing. He's at the front mount. I'm still on stock side mount, which is unheard of because I have a Soarer and he has the SC300, so obviously he didn't come with a intercooler. Tile blow off valve, right? Tile blow off valve, same thing. I'm gonna have stock fuel, stock computer, stock auto turbo transmission. Same pretty much setup as mine, or my setup is pretty much the same as his because I'm copycatting basically because we know it works.
We're doing testing right now though. We're gonna see who blows up that transmission first.
Me, I'm gonna blow it first because I have the 6-speed in the garage. So for those that don't know, because I really haven't really announced it, officially, I do have a 350Z 6-speed, the CD009, and it is the updated version. What is the updated version? 2?
Yeah, it's CD number 2. It's not the latest version, but I believe it's the one before it.
It's supposed to be one of the better ones.
The good ones, yeah.
The good ones, exactly. So in that case, I am next to hopefully blow up my transmission. I hope I don't.
So you're hoping.
But
so PJ, you know what I just realized. So he copied your turbo setup, and now he's gonna copy my trans setup.
I mean, he's getting best of both worlds.
He's just a copying motherfucker, aren't you?
What do you want me to do? You want me to put a K series in the store?
Please don't. I know you would though, because you're retarded.
I wouldn't. I told Adrian low key the other day. I said I would put a LS in the SOAR if it blew up, and he's like, "Why would you do that?" Blah blah blah. And then lately, I kind of knew this. I kind of didn't know this. You could still buy a 2JZ GTE long block from the Toyota dealership.
Yep.
And people have been saying like 2,900.
Yeah.
So if that bottom end goes out, I will be giving a call to the dealer, and it's too bad my dad don't work at the dealer anymore because be like, oh, let's mark it out as a oil filter, low key it's an oil filter, and I get a big freaking 2JZ in a box. But
still have that block, GE block.
Honestly, I wouldn't even get a full long block with the crank, and I would get the crank, but I would get the block and just the crank. Leave the pistons out of the situation. Just get some upgraded pistons. Because, you got to build it anyway.
Right. But, we all know the 2JZ can handle 1,000 horsepower. bone stock, 1,000 horsepower.
Every fanboy knows that.
Every 14-year-old.
From jump.
So, anyways,
PJ was one of them.
what? I bet we all were.
Yeah,
I'm sure we all were.
We all were.
I mean, the True Jay-Z is still, like we talked in the last podcast, it's still, I don't know. It's the GOAT. It's still the GOAT.
Yeah.
And, there's people that'll say, oh, no, this is better. Oh, no, that's better. Like, show us comparable stock blocks that will handle just as much. Very few and far in between. I wouldn't even put the RB on that list. RB is like a 7M that's better.
Oh, hold on.
Oiling issues and everything. Come on.
I was like, should I? Yeah.
Well, what is he going to say?
How much could that RB handle? Like RB26, unopened. I
don't know. I have no experience when it comes to those motors. I mean,
I would say 5 to 6.
Yeah, I would say probably around what a stock 2J could handle. I mean,
but who talks about the 2J having a known issue? They don't have any known issues. The RB has a known oiling issue. Mm-hmm. That's where it's plagued.
Yep. It's a good motor.
No, I'm sure it makes good noises and everything.
But... And it looks retarded sitting in the.
Oh yeah, it's like a BMW. It's like a BMW engine. Hello. Hello. What's this man? It's got the special. It's a special engine. We'll call it that. We'll keep it PG and say it's a special engine.
Wait, question: if you were to do an LS, have an LS, what kind of car?
Hypothetically, a BMW, an E36 or an E46 LS, which I considered on building, but I decided to go with the Soarer. I had, I think, enough money from selling the Civic and parting out the other one to build an LS BMW.
Yo, you did that quick. When you got rid of the Civic and stuff, I was like, Chris is not playing.
Bro, up to this day, people still think I have the Civic. And even as recent as like an hour or two ago, somebody asked me if I still have parts. I put everything for sale, and it wasn't me trying to get people to buy. It was people trying to, come to me. Well, not even like the EG, I asked a good amount of market value, $7,000. I started to do the raffle, and then out of nowhere, someone came to me and said, "Hey, I'll buy it cash. I fly out to you, and I'll buy it." And I'm like, that just makes my life so much easier. So I did that, and then on the budget case swap, which was junkyard CRV engine and RSX base transmission, nothing crazy, but a solid setup for what we were doing. And I'll drive out there this weekend, came from Arizona, bought the engine transmission for my asking price, which was like $1,200. Everything else after that, like just turbo, boom, manifold, boom, injectors, boom, engine harness, conversion harness, shifter, all this other stuff sold like nothing. So after that, I was like, well, now I just got to find the car I want to buy.
You miss it though?
No, I miss what. I don't miss the car.
He don't miss it. You know why he don't miss it? Because he finally put the intercooler pipe on. And he took the car for a ride.
Yeah. Well, he saw it. He saw that. Yeah. For me, I like building cars more than I like in driving them, which is kind of weird. So like, I miss messing around with it because it's something different. Like if I had the ability and the funds and the space, I would be building another one. But unfortunately, I don't have the space or the funds to build another one. So for me, like the Soarer, I'm in my happy place. And like your brother said, when that wastegate opened up the other day, I was like, like I think I called him and I was telling him like I've never had a setup like this, since I was 16 years old messing around with these cars. So this is my first single turbo setup with external wastegate, and I swear it was like the craziest feeling ever. Even though it's not got 800 horsepower or nothing, but it's a big difference from where it was.
You gotta take it down a track once you're done. Compared to
PJ, I tell you the same. You were at the track today. I told you you take the car to the track.
I gotta get my car all together.
You and nitrous boy Gabe. I mean, what is this? Fast and the Furious? We're just gonna have the nitrous bottle in the trunk for show?
Nah, I don't need no nitrous.
No, you don't. You need 2 psi. You make just as much power.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So back onto the LS. If you, I get, I don't know. I guess we'll roll with that topic. If you had an LS, what would you put it in?
There's a lot of things I want to do. I don't even know. I want to get a vet though.
Well, that it's a given. It's gonna come with LS unless you go old school.
You're talking about straight up like just swap.
Like a swap.
Yeah, like a swap. I mean, it doesn't have to be JDM or Euro. It could be an LS and a Nova or an LS and a Chevelle or anything. It doesn't have to be weird.
LS swap the G. So,
I
she
do
wants
an
a-
LS in a
She
Fox
wants a
body.
Jay-Z. She wants a Jay-Z in her car. Her G.
So
I do a turbo LS in a Fox body Mustang.
see that one you're gonna hurt some feelings because
I
you know
know.
those
That's
people.
why.
You can't put a bow tie in a Ford. Or...
She just wants to piss people off. That's why.
Yeah, pretty much. Listen,
But
LS's work. I mean, there's a lot of Ford motors out there that work too, but you compare them. I mean,
it's the 2J of American cars.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, even like the Dodge motors,
Chris's idea.
Hellcat motors and stuff like that. Those are good too, but I don't know. I don't have too much experience with those motors. I mean, I helped my buddy Mark put his Camaro, the one Camaro, and then we did the heads on his Escalade, and just looking at what it takes to like pull the motor apart, it's very, very simple.
Straightforward.
I mean, where else are you gonna take a soccer mom truck and strap some Chinese turbos on and make 800 horsepower?
Right?
I mean, that engine's a dime a dozen. It's been around for years, and it's on everything. You have the 5.3, you have the 6.0, you have the 5.7. I don't know. There's much more than just those few variations. And it's like a Lego piece. You got the block. You got a million choices of heads. You know, factory heads that flow well, aftermarket heads that flow well, intake manifolds that flow different rates and stuff. It's you know it's I don't know. It's kind of like the engine builder's dream. Like it's not weird. It's not oddball. Everything's common. It's a bolt on freaking masterpiece. I would say.
Yeah. And reliable.
Exactly, and reliable. I mean, they have certain little issues.
That's anything.
But I'm not exactly. I'm trying to think because I know me working with them, we see some issues, but they're more like everyday driver type issues, like I don't know, like sensors that go out and crap. Yeah, regular maintenance, not like high performance type of issues. But PJ never answered the question. He's too busy talking about 2J and G35s and stuff.
So what would you put an LS in?
What would I put LS in?
A 240?
Yes.
It's a cop out.
Nah, it's Jay-Z.
It's a cop out. Everybody's done that. I mean, everybody's done Fox body LS too.
That's the thing. I want to be different. I would like to be different.
Oh, an LS G35 would be cool.
Miata.
350. 350, yes.
Nah, fuck that. Miata.
Yeah. No, I've seen a few already of the Miatas, though.
No.
We're in the weight, you're just going to be like going everywhere.
Not if
it's engineered.
Yeah.
We're talking about like someone who just throws a big engine in a stock Miata versus someone who puts a big engine in a well modified drag built Miata. You know, suspension, tires, the geometry's all set right. Because I mean, people forget about that type of stuff. Is like it's a science behind getting traction in something that small and that light.
At that point, it's not even a Miata anymore. If you have to do the whole like.
No, it's
it's a giant
and pray.
This is what it is.
Bro, that's like that show Street Outlaws. It's a street car. It's a street.
Right.
How? Because it has a VIN on it. You cut around the VIN and you put it on a fiberglass Firebird with a tube chassis. Like, come on. I can't even. I haven't watched that show in years, just because of how fake and outrageous that show is. They be fighting about a street car. Like, bro, you just had the whole thing tubbed and it's a tubular frame. There's nothing stock about it.
Nah, I'll do a 350. 350's for me.
I think that would be cool, because there's so many 350s that you probably don't suspect the one V8 out of the bunch.
You know, I'd put it on 350. The Nissan Patrol motor.
What is that? Inline 6.
That turbo inlines, that big turbo inline.
Saudi Arabian.
I knew that was happening.
That's like the Toyota, what is it, the Land Cruiser or whatever?
Yeah.
Out in the sand dunes. Flames coming out everywhere. No blow off valve. That turbo's crying.
Watching those videos, I'm like, yo.
They be beating the hell out of those vehicles.
I thought some of them had Jay-Z's in them. I was like,
no, it's Patrol motors. Nissan Patrol motors.
Probably the Toyota truck inline stick as well.
I'm not sure, but I know the Nissan motor. I forgot what it's called. I think it comes boosted already. They just build
it's
on top
naturally aspirated. It's not diesel.
No, it's not diesel. I'll look it up real quick.
You remember? I haven't seen one in a while, but you remember those? What they call it, like Arabian drifting? They'd be like in a Camry or an Accord doing like donuts.
Sonata.
Oh, no! When they're on the side of the, I don't even know
the two wheels and stuff.
Wheels on the side. Somebody just hanging.
There was one where they weren't wearing seatbelts, and it was like whoosh, one guy went one way, his shoe, freaking I think it ran into people and stuff. Maybe that's when it like slowed down, like on the internet, because it got attention. But
I just want to know, is that a vent? Is that a vent, or is that just them just wilding out?
You know what's funny is, like, we talked last episode about side shows. Yeah, that's their takeover. That's the Middle Eastern takeover, bro.
Nah, bro, that takeover stuff ain't cool.
The sandals are flying everywhere because everyone running out the way.
Yeah, bro, I seen some recent stuff. People getting hurt.
Like the guy that got run over?
Mm-hmm. I sent your brother a video. Bro, this is what I don't understand. It's almost as if they're playing a game of what is it, with a bullfight. It's like they're bullfighting. The car is doing a donut, and like they try to purposely get in front of it.
Yeah.
The video I sent him, the guy got hit, then he got ran over, and then he was not moving more.
Front wheel and back wheel.
Yep, went over. I think it went over his head.
I think so too. Yeah.
And you know what? They might say that's bad. I say that's population control. If you that dumb to run in front of a moving car, society might not need you anymore, bro.
Chris, you're a savage.
I ain't gonna hold you that he got. I don't know. He got a point. Maybe I don't know.
He does, but at the same time,
okay. There's no going over the line, bro. Use common sense.
No, you're right.
When you were a kid, what did you learn? Look both ways and across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing he did wrong, he looked and he saw it and he still chose to run.
Yeah. He did what he.
I'm gonna just stand right here.
And it's not the first one. There was that one with that big girl, and she like did a somersault.
Yeah, she flew.
Yeah.
Flew head over heels. She flew.
Everyone felt that one.
Some cartwheels, man. Some serious.
Oh, so being that we got one of the younger fellows with us, uh, how you feel about H20i? I heard that shit is dead now.
Yo, like, what was it? Who was it? Leo went. My boy Leo went. I mean, they're having their good time over there, but like, it's not the same. People are like, yo, they won. I mean, I'm not so crazy about it. I haven't went, so I can't even speak about it. But
Yeah,
it seems
I don't
chill.
think you're missing anything.
I'm more.
Because
I rather
what
go to.
they're saying was that, like me and Chris were talking about before, it's because of those street takeover guys. They are the ones that forced, you know, the police's hand. That's why they've been cracking down on that shit.
Didn't it used to be like
Oh,
chill
shit.
before? Was it like
Huh?
calm before? Wasn't it like
It's
calm?
It
you know
used to
what
be. It was a big show before.
it was strictly a Volkswagen
Yeah.
show. That's where the H2O part comes in, is water cooled Volkswagens. Just at E Town many years ago used to have H2O events at E Town, English Town, for those that don't follow, a great track in New Jersey that closed and is now turned into it's like a private takeover area. I don't know.
Now they use it for drifting.
For drifting. Well, they had those Ratchet Fridays or whatever. It's funny that you mentioned H2O because just in my own mind, I was kind of thinking about that because this is H2O time, and last year there was still a large, um, I don't know what the word to say, but there was still a lot of it to be seen on my social media. A lot of the people I follow, I would see it on their story. This year, maybe a handful, but not very many.
See nothing.
And I find the funny part is that they're complaining. They're complaining as if this is something new about getting towed and
Yeah.
getting told to leave and all this stuff.
I saw
Um,
I saw that they were putting speed bumps twice as high, like as normal speed bumps, just to mess up people's cars. It's
I remember.
like at that point, bro, like why even bother to go there? Like you know it's gonna be cops, you know it's gonna be nothing but a hassle. You got to worry about tickets, your car getting impounded. It's just not worth it in my eyes to go.
it was I never been, but I know years ago it was fun, I guess, because no one was getting towed like they were, and I
Yeah,
think there was some leniency. But like last year, the riot squad, I watched some videos. The riot squad came because they're doing fireworks in the street, burnouts in the street. People are fighting, this and that. Like, when you act like a retard, expect this to happen. I mean,
right.
from my understanding, it's like a retirement community um,
Yo,
areas in a tourist area. Like, you guys, and they're talking about, oh, we bring money to the city, this and that. Like, you know what? Maybe you are, but you're not putting a dent in anyone's pocket.
Yeah,
Or some kids on a weekend.
yeah. It's
did you ever see
one
that?
weekend's not going with Jeff. His friend went viral off of H2I. He got
Oh God.
tased.
Yo, I'm driving home. Yo, hold on, let me say, hold on. I'm driving home. It's late, right? I was like, oh, let me just pop them up, go on my phone real quick, right? I see World Star. I go down.
Oh no. Then you know it's bad.
That's told you. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. That's wild. Blah, blah. I'm like, wait, that's Jeff.
My
I'm like,
name's Jeff.
Yeah. My name is Dave.
yo. I made some calls. They're like, yo, yeah, bro. He went viral.
He,
He.
he,
I was
he
like,
got
bro,
tased
what?
and locked up.
Out of all the
Well,
people,
what do you do to deserve it?
I don't even know. I don't even want to get into all that. That's not my disclosure.
Well,
Uh,
I'm sure if you were to Google or YouTube H2O tasing, I'm sure he would be the first one.
He's number one on the list. Number one.
and the
Uh,
funny
my-
thing is, Chris, Jeff is actually like a really cool dude.
Mad chill. Mad chill.
Very, very down to earth, cool guy, man.
Well,
All his shit.
no, what it was, one of the officers, I think, pushed one of our friend's girl, and he was like, "Yo, don't push her, this blah blah blah," and they started getting up on him, and then he was like, "Oh blah blah," blah. And then you already
It
know,
was funny because he's towering over these cops too. So
yeah, they
they
felt,
felt a little bit intimidated.
right.
yeah, no.
So he's like,
Well,
oh no, we
that's
gotta take
that's
him
a
down.
fight. You
Whack.
never 10 out of 10 times you're not going to win that fight,
Yeah.
whether you're right or wrong.
It just got out of hand. That's pretty much it.
My brother had texted me about the H2O thing. He's like, "You see these retards still going?" I was like, "Why don't they find a new spot?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Who the heck knows?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, how many coastal cities could you go to? There's many."
Well, they're talking about Myrtle Beach next year.
Oh God. Yeah. I think my dad, he moved to South Carolina. He's probably a couple hours from there, but it's not going to affect him any. But, well, you got to think how many cars are actually going to make it out there. I mean, I'm sure half of them might break down over there.
I mean,
You got
H2I is
a lot of
there's a
high-end
lot
cars.
of cars, a lot of, and you gotta remember it's not that just coming from one direction. They come from everywhere. So,
Right.
you know.
I
mean, if they want to keep it alive and do what they want to do, they're going to have to move the event somewhere else.
Move the event and stop doing dumb shit.
Right. Well, that's never going to stop. There's still going to be burnouts and I mean, like the firework thing. When I was watching it, it was like out of hand, bro. Because when the riot squad has to come out because of some dumb car stuff, like, is it even? It's not worth it at that point. You're not having fun when the riot squad come out because push comes to shove, something stupid happens. You might have someone that gets hurt or killed over some car meat. Like it ain't, it's not worth it anymore.
Yep. That's why I rather go to the street races.
Right.
Texas.
Yeah, well, even that's coming to a close. That track's closing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Houston.
This is
that's
the
so,
last
that's,
year they're saying.
That's so surprising. Like, state like Texas is closing down a racetrack. Like, that's crazy.
You don't think it's a money issue? You know how people put up money, and then it turns into a parking lot.
This could be very true. Well, we still got Florida.
Yo, Age, you gotta go to Calverton, man. Calverton's not bad.
Well, we need to tune my car.
No problem.
I need you behind the keyboard.
How many more events are they going to have in Calverton?
What did they say for October? November, right?
My boy raced today with his GT4 Celica.
Oh, the white one. I seen it on PJ's story. For those that aren't following, PJ and Adrian are from Long Island. I'm from Long Island, but no longer live there. And Long Island has been wanting a racetrack for like 20 years, maybe now. And they haven't had one, and they've been fighting and fighting. And finally, they turned an old airstrip into a racetrack temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
So Calverton is the city where this racetrack, this mock racetrack, we'll say, is at. So Long Island, New York, now has a temporary racetrack, which is pretty cool. Which would be cooler is if PJ and Adrian go, but that's on them.
I checked it out. It was my first time going over there. I was like, yo, if Adrian was over here, they have a quarter and they have a eighth.
8 mile.
Well, why an eighth? I don't understand. Why would you want an eighth instead of a quarter?
A little bit better. I mean, you were able to take like a view from the side, see these cars, how they launch and everything, the burnout and everything like that.
Maybe for testing purposes, the eighth would be all right.
That's the best way to do it over there. And then the quarter mile is when you get serious.
Are they timed?
Yeah, everything was timed. Did they have time for the eighth? No, right? No, they didn't have time for the eighth. I think the eighth was just like, if you want to come run your car, you should test it out, see what you're working with. You know what I'm saying?
So there was a good turnout.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was
nice. It seemed successful.
Yeah, bro. A lot of cars. Last year, it was not no like bunch of kids with all the foolery. It was serious cars.
There was serious cars there.
The
way the car community should be.
Yeah. Is it going in a direction where you feel like it'll continue? That's the big thing.
Yes, most definitely.
So I know from that event, being that it was the first event, they had certain restrictions like noise, pollution, and all that stuff. So I know for a fact that if your car had no exhaust on it, like if you was running open downpipe or open headers, you weren't allowed to race. All the cars had to be noise compliant. Yeah.
But a lot of racetracks had that anyways, no?
Nah, bro.
No?
I don't think so. Because there'd be times where back in the day we were at Englishtown and you're sitting in the stands or You're not even in the stands, and you hear these, big block V8s roaring down the quarter mile.
Or just in the pits. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm sure if they follow what they're supposed to follow, which I'm sure, they have some people in charge that aren't playing around,
Yeah,
if
they're
you're,
taking it very serious.
yeah, that kind of thing you have to, because it takes one mistake, for it all, to go downhill.
Yep.
There's one guy in the STI, yo.
Uh.
Yo, so everyone's lining up to go, right? So there's a big space where waiting on cars to come. STI comes flying down, skirt, hit the brakes. Everybody's like, yo, 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 what are you doing? That was just the one guy.
Yes, idiots like that.
See, it only takes that one guy to do the same thing and hit a crowd. That's it.
Oh yeah. So he was like, oh.
Did they do anything about it? Did they kick him out or talk to him?
Oh yeah, everybody there was talking to him.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
Because I'm sure there's plenty of.
Like, we ain't doing that over here. You cut that out from now.
Like, you need to leave.
Yeah. Get out of here. I'm sure there's like a lot of old heads there that ain't playing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. Some nice cars out there, man. Yeah.
But if we get my car tuned,
Not if.
when? I'd like to go down the track. I've never been down the track in this car yet. The last car I took down the track was the Supra on the single turbo. That was it.
Well, you got some tires for that thing?
Yeah, I got some RX-7 wheels with some slicks on it.
Yeah, so, because I'm sure at a non-track pavement, it's gonna be freaking slipping and sliding.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they already made some lines over there. It looks like you already have your little prep.
Nah, it's not the same though.
It's not the same as a track. One thing you have to learn, Peter, they're still young. Like driving, like racing on the street and racing on the track is two totally different things. Like there'll be cars on the street that are fast as hell. Like you can't catch them. They got the launch dialed in, everything. And then they go to the track and it's a totally different ball game because the surface is different. It's two different types of driving.
Or you could have a slow car on the street that catches traction, and a fast car that catches you on the top end.
Yep.
The race is over. You're racing light to light. You already get to that light. This guy wants to pass you. That race is over. He might have got you on the top end, but you had him most of the way.
Yep.
That's wild, man.
But I was thinking about getting that draggy thing, bro, just to cut out any kind of like time of going to the track, because last time I went to the track there was no timer, there was no lights. I drove an hour and a half for nothing, so I could just pull up the draggy, do my little testing and have some kind of data to improve on.
You should try the TRC app.
You told me about that, but I don't know if it was accurate. And a lot of the you got to check out the reviews, because I think the last time I checked it out, they said that it had changed or updated, and it just wasn't the same. I mean, the draggy's like $159. It's some weird odd number.
That's not bad.
But
that's not bad.
If you watch the YouTube videos, the draggy is within a couple tenths of the actual track time, so it's comparable. It's it's not like you're not guessing. It takes all the guesswork out, and you do your 0 to 60, your 0 to 100, your 60 foot, your eighth mile, your quarter mile, all that stuff. It might be worth it, for myself, because unless that track that we have over here fixes the light issue and the timing issue, I have no reason to go there and waste my time and my gas to do some arm drops and catch no traction. I could do that on the street if I want to.
Just tell the mailman, hey, stand right there. Just go like this.
Yeah. put down the little red thing on the mailbox.
No.
Well, I don't know. I think that's a good little podcast, huh?
Yeah, man. It was good chatting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, PJ, shout out your Instagram, so we can put it up on the. We'll take a screenshot and put it on the video.
Instagram Pablo.gtf. That is all. Take a follow. Check it
You
out.
look all cross-eyed. We look all cross-eyed for. All
It's-
right. Anyway, it is Pablo.gtf.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Pablo.gtf on Instagram. There he is with this Chang-Chi.
Take a follow.
Let me see.
What is all this?
I can't even figure out the. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Are we all doing it now?
thumbnail.
Yeah, we need the thumbnail. Yo. Anyway, this was Shooting the Shit with Chris. We got PJ, Adrian from last time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit of everything today, but hope you guys join us to our next episode. Later.
Be safe, y'all.